ጤና ይስጥልኝ። አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲዎች ነን። ስለመረጣችሁን እናመሰግናለን። መጪውን የትንሣኤ በዓል በሀገሩ ለማክበር ሲመጡ ለእርሶና ለቤተሰቦ አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ ማረፊያውን አዘጋጅቶ ይጠብቆታል። የአፍሪካ መዲና በሆነችው አዲስ አበባ በመሃል ከተማ ላይ ከ50% በላይ የተጠናቀቁ የወደፊት ማረፊያውን አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ የትንሣኤ በዓል ስጦታ አድርጎ አዘጋጅቶሎታል። በስደት ላይ ሆነው በሀገሬ ምድር ቢኖረኝ ሲሉ የተመኙት ማረፊያ አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ በመሃል አዲስ አበባ አፓርትመንቶችን ገንብቶ እርሶን እየጠበቁት ይገኛል። ለእርሶ ይህን አፓርትመንት በ10% ቅድመ ክፍያ በስጦታ መልክ አቅርበናል። አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ የሚለየው እርሶን በአጭር ጊዜ የቤት ባለቤት በማድረጉ ነው። የአሚባራ አፓርትመንት የእርሶ ጎጆ መቀለሻ፣ የልጆቹ መቦረቂያ፣ የእርጅና ዘመኖት ማረፊያ ነው። በአማረው ገበታ ከቤተሰቡ ጋር ተሰብስበው መጪውን የትንሣኤ በዓል ደስ ብሎት እንዲያሳልፉ እንመኛለን። አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ በልዩነት የተገነባ።
Welcome back to another edition of Dink Mishit. Tonight, we got a very special edition. We are interviewing one of the hottest promoters in Ethiopia who just opened up this amazing lounge. As you can see, we are not at Jolie. Speaking of Jolie, that has been completely demolished. That's a topic for another time, but hopefully it's for the better good. But we are in this exclusive, amazing lounge called Luna Lounge. It is the hottest place in Ethiopia. We are gonna sit down with the owner, who is a promoter, and he's been throwing parties all his life, and recently he just opened this lounge. It's his first nightclub that he has just opened, and everyone is talking about it. It's just amazing. So I'm so excited to sit down with him and pick his brain, because I know the nightlife, I know what it takes. And I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Casamigos. Thank you very much. One of the smoothest tequilas out there. We'll talk about that too. He is also the ambassador of Casamigos.
We owe great times to good friends, to the glasses that spark conversation, to the ideas that then pour out. Ours came from a night like that, and somehow survived the morning after. To make our own tequila, one we'd be proud to pass around. It wasn't meant to leave our house, but since we made this for friends, we thought it wouldn't hurt to make a few more. Grab a glass, amigo. Our tequila is your tequila. Our casa is your casa.
So, ladies and gentlemen, help me introduce Lexo, my man. What's good? How you doing? You good?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Casamigos, first of all, thank you. I know you're the ambassador of Casamigos, and thank you for Casamigos for sponsoring this show. So I want to say cheers to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the nightclub.
Thank you.
It's incredible. How long has it been since you opened this spot?
Technically, we didn't open yet, just a soft opening for now. But it's been about 3 weeks
3 weeks?
since we opened it.
Club. It's your first time owning a nightclub.
Yes. So I also have a lounge, but just a jazz bar
Jazz bar.
called Upscale.
So introduce yourself, how you got into this business. There is this thing that they call you in Ethiopia, the nightlife minister.
Basically, when I first moved here about 10 years ago, entertainment was not really there at all. So we kind of did something very out of the ordinary to where we got everybody to go to Debrazeit for an event that we called Correnti back then. So everybody thought we were crazy and that nobody was gonna come, but then through marketing, an actual promotion, giving people world-class entertainment inside the country. So that was our initial plan, and to grow the industry as well, because one promoter alone is not going to cut it. So it grew over the years, bigger and bigger and bigger, to where we actually used to move an economy for 2 days that we were there. You know, the biggest tolls, breaking a couple of records. So it was actually a very good experience and a very good way to kind of get integrated into the promotional aspect of Addis and nightlife as well.
Right. 3-4 years you guys went strong
We
with
started
Correnti?
2016. We did about 5 events, 5 Correntis.
What's the concept of Correnti? I mean, I love the name.
So Correnti is actually a EDM festival, so it's an electronic music festival. So Correnti, we did the old logo so people can kind of reminisce on the past. And we did the Elpa logo. So the Elpa logo was discontinued, and then it was like a thunder/electric thing that we were trying to do. So it kind of got integrated into the name as well, Correnti, electrifying event. So pretty much that's how it started.
Every time I think of Lexo, it's going to be something new. You don't stay where you are.
We try to keep up with the trend, you know, like obviously one time is EDM, one time is trap, one time is Afrobeat, and now it's some piano. So we kind of keep up with the trends that's going on just globally, and then try to just implicate it in Addis basically.
I have to ask you, and I've known you, we've been friends for a while, you know, what is it about nightlife that draws you, and why are you able to excel at nightlife?
So basically, we've been partying since we were kids, you know, starting lycée days, Greek school. We used to host parties, you know, like school parties, day parties. So it kind of started there. And then when I moved to America, I went to this one party in Atlanta for spring break. So it was a whole bunch of Habesha people in Atlanta that actually owned the clubs and promoted, and that were doing like a unified thing back then. So I kind of fell in love with the entertainment. And I was like, you know what, when I grow up, I'm gonna own my own club. And then after this, we're gonna start promoting, doing events in DC. So we kind of got together with a group of friends and we created this team called LIV Entertainment. LIV, Live Entertainment, was the first company back in 2011, 12, I would say. So this is in DC, obviously.
Gotcha.
After that, it kind of just picked up. And then I moved here in 2014 and then started Lexo Entertainment.
Was there anyone who inspired you that sort of you looked up to and said, hey, I'm gonna own my nightclub because of this person?
So in Atlanta, like I said, there's another guy called Alex, AG Entertainment. So he used to own one of the biggest nightclubs, maybe till this day owns some of the biggest nightclubs in Atlanta, and is also a big promoter / entertainer / concerts. You know, basically he's entertainment.
Right.
And then right under him was Benny Entertainment, which was a promoter. So me and Benny kind of got along, and AG was like the big dog back then. So now, you know, we get recognition as we grow from them as well. So, you know, it's pretty big for me at this point. You know, like owning a club is...
That's like the ultimate.
The ultimate,
right,
yeah, basically.
absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the
standard.
goal, basically, in promotion, you know. So
Right.
you become a promoter. Like, we did the whole foundational work. So we were flyer boys. Then we were people that just bring like a table or two. Then we started doing our own parties. Then we started owning the party, you know. So we kind of gradually picked it up. So we have the foundation for it.
You are the perfect example of starting from the bottom.
Yep, exactly.
And
Definitely
coming-
started from the bottom.
Right?
Yep.
Amazing. So when you brought that kind of mindset to Ethiopia, how was that different? What's like nightlife in Ethiopia for you? Like,
So when we first came here, nightlife was just pretty much basic and just word of mouth, and not a lot of clubs back then as well. You know, like when we first moved here, it was Jolie, Flirt, maybe like 5 clubs back then. So even promotion wasn't really there because it wasn't that big of a competition back then. But now, you know, like since we moved here, a lot of promoters are starting to pop up, a lot of event organizers. The competition is kind of there now, you feel me? So all these promoters are obviously promoters we saw coming up, but now they're doing their thing. You know, everybody has their own sector, basically.
When you came in, like you just said, there was nothing in the industry. There was just a few places. And because it was as simple as saying, man, most of these clubs don't have nice bathrooms. Like it's so basic.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? And then you keep elevating as to what else is needed.
Even as far as DJs, like one club would only have one DJ at night. I can't say that I changed it personally, but I kind of contributed towards it. So all these new promoters that are out right now,
right.
They're doing their thing. You know, shout out to the promoters. They're doing their thing, but everybody I feel like has a different genre or a different way of kind of entertaining. When we started promotion, the people that we started with or the clientele we have still are around. You know, so we kind of change how we promote, the kind of events we even do. You know, like everything changes gradually when you grow up, you feel me? So we cannot go back and do parties till like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning,
Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah, so we'll probably do like early parties now. We'll do concerts here and there.
Speaking of bringing a change to the game, you brought Flash. I mean, I'm looking at your chain, Lexo. I mean, I'm getting blinded by it. I mean, so you brought hip hop to Ethiopia in a modern and really cool way.
So basically, once upon a time, we were customers as well, you know? Like, we used to like going to parties and basically just partying and just nightlife. But now we actually create the parties. So it's basically how I organize an event or how I build this club or anything is how I would want to be treated or what I would want to see or the kind of entertainment I would like personally is whatever I give to my audience or to my clientele. So we go all out. Whenever we do events, there's no holding back. Even though sometimes we don't make money, at least we give world-class events to the people. You know what I'm saying? It's not always about the money, but it's also building the entertainment, you know, what's next, you feel me? Sometimes we don't get support where we need to bring bigger acts to the country because it just wouldn't make sense, but we would love to, and we're working on that as well. But yeah, basically it's just about going all out and giving the people what they cannot get abroad, basically. You know, like some people can't travel, so we'll bring whatever entertainment that they need to Addis, you feel me? So that's how basically I look at entertainment.
So let's talk about a little bit about Luna Lounge, the way you curated this space. There's definitely an experience you wanted people to have, right? I feel it too. I think when we spoke before this, I was saying this feels like one of these top-end clubs in Vegas. What is Luna?
So Luna is the moon, basically. First time I came to rent this place, it was a full moon. And I was like, you know what? If I do decide to go through with this, I'm gonna call it Luna. The logo is 2 L's, basically. It's Luna Lounge. What makes it different is, one, you have 2 sides to the club. So one side is totally loungy, so if you don't want to hear loud music or want to be in the gurr, you can go hang out over there, get some food, enjoy fresh air, a nice view. And if you want to be part of the club scene, you can come to the club as well. So it has, you can basically accommodate 2 different crowds. So you can go turn up and then go chill, and you can go chill and then go turn up. You can choose whichever one you want to do. So one is that, the ambiance is the second one. We made everything very spacious as far as like the sections, the tables, the seating arrangements are very spacious and comfortable to where people are not supposed to be cramped up. The food, obviously, we have good food as well. Music, we have some of the best DJs that work at Luna. And we also bring international DJs once a week, Visa Thursdays.
Luna you've done an incredible job with this. Would you say this is more of an exclusive lounge, or is it open to everyone? How would you label this lounge? Because it's beautiful. You are the type of person that curates to celebrities, top-end clients, but is it for everyone? Is it just specific?
So it is for everyone. It's more high-end. So you know, basically we don't tell people that they can't come here, obviously. Whoever comes here and feels comfortable stays. Whoever comes and doesn't, well, doesn't.
Right.
So we don't really push people back, but it's more of a high-end place.
So you have your standards.
We have standards. It's more pricier as well. So, so my brother is a chef, a very good chef at that. So basically we have a Mexican restaurant. We also have a chicken wing restaurant. But also for the nightlife, we try to kind of get out from the tips and the shuttle, you know, in the middle of the night. So we try to bring more of like westernized cuisine slash even sometimes Mexican cuisine slash Japanese. So we're trying to have a sushi night as well. So fresh imported fish from Dubai, and trying to have a sushi night as well. So just trying to try something new with the food industry in the club, basically.
It's beyond trying something new. You want people to have an experience.
Yes, a different culinary experience, but in a club. That's so it's not like a restaurant setting, but you can get restaurant quality food in the club.
Talk to me about when is it open, what's going on, like when can people experience Luna Lounge?
So we're open 6 days a week, closed on Wednesdays. Currently, because of fasting and Ramadan, we're only open Thursday through Saturday. But after that's over, we're gonna be open 6 days a week. So it'll be open every day at 5. It's called Eat With Your Eyes. So your sushi, testing out different culinary experiences. So making it presentable so you eat with your eyes before you eat, you know, like, so you have to kind of enjoy it with your eyes first.
ከፍርፍሩ በፊት ፊቱ ነው የሚባለው or
ከፍትፍቱ ፊቱ
አስተሴ ከፍትፍቱ በፊት ፊቱ ከፍትፍቱ ፊቱ እንደሚባለው ማለት ነው. That's amazing. So usually nightclubs do not stress too much about food.
Some of the best food you'll have is in a nightclub. Like I said, everything I do according to myself. So I love food. So whenever I'm drinking, if I can have a nice meal in a club in the middle of my night, I would really appreciate that. So I'm pretty sure other people would appreciate it as well. And in Addis, or let's say Ethiopia, everybody's used to like tips. You have to wash your hands, you know, like, I feel like it's just too much. So just doing a different approach, basically. So I think Jolie taught us how to think outside the box.
Think outside the
Think
bole.
outside the bole. So we're thinking outside the Addis at this point.
Exactly.
Just honestly, just trying to give people, like I said, a different type of experience that is not everywhere. You know, like, you don't have to come here every day, but when you do, is because you want something different, right, and not the same thing you get everywhere else, basically.
Now let's talk about the decor. Like, how did you come up with the decor? What's the inspiration?
So me, basically, I just came up with the setting of how I just kind of want everything positioned. So I've always wanted a rooftop spot. Never found the exact setting for the rooftop that I wanted. But when I first saw this used to just be a place where they put their water containers for the building. So I had to build another structure just to put the water containers aside. And then basically this is the build out for Luna. So basically what I did is just the setting I wanted, or a certain positioning of like the bar, the DJ booth, or how I wanted my sections or my table set up is the only thing I kind of put into it. Even the building owners thought, you know, I just had money to just throw away, and they just were like, okay, sure, whatever, you know. Even my dad, my mom were like, oh, you're crazy, you know. But then now when they finally see the vision, it's something they appreciate and that they're shocked actually to see. It took about 10 months to build. Every day I get here 7:30 to 8 o'clock in the morning every day. I'm first one in, last one out, basically, every day since we started the build-up. I built it exactly how I wanted to. The inspiration is, you know, like going to clubs in Addis, you know, people want to be in the spotlight. People want nice stuff, and I think they deserve that as well. So when I first built this, I built it exactly how I want to build it. Basically exactly how I visioned it, how I wanted to build it, and then moving forward is how the customer would want it. As far as seating arrangement goes, as far as comfortability goes, service, food, liquor, even entertainment-wise, DJ-wise, you know, we try to bring DJs from abroad every week. Every time something opens up, it's almost the same thing, you know, like nothing really different about it. So this is actually, I want to say, one of the first clubs built from scratch in Addis. So this is built exactly how I wanted to build it. Everything is built in-house also. So the furniture, the chairs, everything is built here.
I gotta say, you are the ambassador of Casamigos. You just opened this incredible club that we're gonna see, but you went further ahead to actually be one of the first people to be the ambassadors of Casamigos, the brand that just sponsored the show. How did you get into that? How do you choose your brands? How do you choose who to work with?
So with Casamigos was actually kind of different because we tried to bring it to Addis, but the company was not, basically the company didn't think we had a demand for Casamigos in Ethiopia. So I kind of did all my events around Casamigos, so them being a sponsor without sponsoring, and we'll just give out a couple of bottles, sell a couple of bottles as well, and then it started picking up. So Casamigos is a Diageo brand. So Diageo got in contact with Casamigos and was like, yo, you know, we have a market here for it. So somehow they came to Ethiopia. We're the first country in Africa to actually bring Casamigos in.
And they have the right partner.
So surprisingly, we sell a lot of Casamigos here. I don't know if because we have foreign customers or diaspora customers, but we actually do sell Casamigos. And I think now we made it affordable as well, because at a certain point it was expensive. So not a lot of people can afford it, but they like it, but they can't afford it. But now we made it a very fair price, so I think that's why we're getting more volume sales. But a lot of good feedback from Casamigos. We do activations at a couple of clubs here and there. All our events are sponsored by Casamigos, so that's the only tequila we kind of sell.
Casamigos, for those who do not know what that means, it's basically home of friends.
Yeah.
And this is where people that are friends come together and feel like this is where we belong.
When we opened our first restaurant, our Mexican restaurant, we actually purchased a whole bunch of tequilas just for display purposes. And Casamigos was actually one of those tequilas, but back then it used to be numbered. It used to have a number on it. That it was very small quantities produced. And then after that, George Clooney bought it, and then it became more mainstream. One of the biggest selling tequilas in the world. So I just kind of wanted to bring it back here because tequila is also big here, but not the right brand of tequila. What you don't know is what you don't know, basically, you feel me? So if you just know one type of tequila that's only available on the market, that's the only one you know, unless you travel. So this and other ones as well that we're bringing in soon, Don Julio, which is also a Diageo brand. So we work closely with Diageo, especially my company. So we kind of push all of their brands, which are basically major brands as well. You know, so you have your Johnny Walker, you have your Casamigos, your Don Julio.
By the way, Lexo, the music, the sound that we hear is Bole Madhanialam.
Yeah.
Am I right?
That's right across the street.
It's right across the street. Bole Madhanialam is literally the center of Bole, and you're right there.
Just like I said, like the opening hours is when the church actually closes that we open. And as far as like happy hour goes, we have kind of a low setting music on the other side. So the club has two sides. So on the church side, which is closer to the church side, our music is very low.
How did you do it? What's your background for people that don't know? Like, who's Lexo?
So my background, I do come from a very good family. I come from a good family, but we were raised to kind of do it on our own. So basically no help as far as business goes. So as far as putting money into it, I must say village, upscale, lava wing. So a lot of money was actually spent on Luna. But those are the main factors of the investment. Second of all, your vision, when you have a vision, it's only you that can see that vision. You cannot share it with other people because, like I said, when you do end up sharing it, you get discouraged, like, "Ya mahal indi, ara iqrab ndazi manamen," or demo, you know, they'll kind of distract you. Yeah, they'll derail you from your vision, basically. So I didn't tell anybody about it after that. Never showed people the build out or anything. It was just like, boom, open.
And I didn't believe it until I actually saw the drawings of what it was. Am I right?
Yeah.
And then what it became. So that was amazing.
So it's a big transformation. Even for the building. The building is actually in the heart of Addis, like you said, but this is probably one of the biggest attractions that the building is going to have as well.
You built this space, but you took over the space underneath, which was a penthouse, for the entire staff. A lot of people don't think in those terms, but you wanted them to have a space that they could rest, chill, sleep if they work late. It wasn't even just about making money. After a certain time, you said this to me when we were doing the tour, where would they go after a certain time? So this is where they chill, this is where they spend the night, this is where they shower.
እኛም staff ነበርን ገባ so I was a valet, I was a cashier, I was a waiter, I was a bartender, then I became a bar manager, so I actually know how it feels to be a staff. I feel like in Ethiopia staff is very underlooked or very ብዙም focus የለም staff ላይ. So for my staff, I rented them a whole penthouse, so they have their own kitchen, they have their own chef, they don't miss a meal, they have their own living room where they can take a break, watch TV, get here early and just hang out. They have their own lockers, showers, they could spend the night if they want to. Because አንዳንዱ ያው ሩቅ ሰፈር ምናምን ያለ ሰው we can still drop them off, we have the service available for that, but you know, like sometimes you can't go home late ምናምን, so we have እንደዚህ አይነት amenities አሉ ለነሱ.
To find someone that thinks in those terms, that's amazing, and I gotta give you cheers to that. That's
Thank you, my boy.
Seriously, that's amazing. You have this very imaginative mind. If you weren't doing nightlife, what would you do?
Wow. Honestly, I don't know where my life would go, technically. I've been in nightlife most of my life. I'm trying to get into real estate recently. I think I like the process of build-outs. So maybe real estate, maybe real estate. But also customer service, somewhere in the customer service area.
People know you, people want to work with you. This is a club that you've opened on your own. Or you open to working with investors, people that want to, like when they hear Luna, whether it's here or in the States, you open to having partners and creating a bigger nightlife experience.
I would be down to having a partner that's actually maybe in the same field or lane, because of everything that I kind of do is a brand. So besides the investment or the return, the brand matters. So it has to be somebody that's gonna worry about the brand just as much as I do.
Lexo, thank you for being on the show. Really appreciate it. Guys, this is the end of our show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe to DinkTv. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being such an amazing audience. And until next time, have a great evening. Cheers. And I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Casamigos. And honestly, check out Luna Lounge. It is truly one of the hottest lounges in Ethiopia. And if you say Dink Mishit, you might possibly get a table. All right? So yes, take care, see you, and have a good night. Peace.
ጤና ይስጥልኝ። አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲዎች ነን። ስለመረጣችሁን እናመሰግናለን። መጪውን የትንሣኤ በዓል በሀገሩ ለማክበር ሲመጡ ለእርሶና ለቤተሰቦ አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ ማረፊያውን አዘጋጅቶ ይጠብቆታል። የአፍሪካ መዲና በሆነችው አዲስ አበባ በመሃል ከተማ ላይ ከ50% በላይ የተጠናቀቁ የወደፊት ማረፊያውን አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ የትንሣኤ በዓል ስጦታ አድርጎ አዘጋጅቶሎታል። በስደት ላይ ሆነው በሀገሬ ምድር ቢኖረኝ ሲሉ የተመኙት ማረፊያ አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ በመሃል አዲስ አበባ አፓርትመንቶችን ገንብቶ እርሶን እየጠበቆት ይገኛል። ለእርሶ ይህን አፓርትመንት በ10% ቅድመ ክፍያ በስጦታ መልክ አቅርበናል። አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ የሚለየው እርሶን በአጭር ጊዜ የቤት ባለቤት በማድረጉ ነው። የአሚባራ አፓርትመንት የእርሶ ጎጆ መቀለሻ፣ የልጆቹ መቦረቂያ፣ የእርጅና ዘመኖት ማረፊያ ነው። በአማረው ገበታ ከቤተሰቡ ጋር ተሰብስበው መጪውን የትንሣኤ በዓል ደስ ብሎት እንዲያሳልፉ እንመኛለን። አሚባራ ፕሮፐርቲስ በልዩነት የተገነባ